It's the matchup we've been talking about seemingly all season long. What would happen when Alamo City and Fort Worth met on the gridiron in Season 21? Tonight, the number one seed is on the line. San Antone and DFW squaring off for the 9th time. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Stockyards. Along with Chris Curtis, Ron Haynes, Mike Daggs, I'm Cameron Irvine. I don't know what else there is to talk about, Curtis. Let's just play some football.
You're exactly right. On paper, these two teams very, very similar, pretty much across the board, but it's the time for looking at stats, numbers, in a lot of cases is done. Now it's a matter of putting the ball in the tee and finding out which team, at least in this game and leading towards the playoffs, is better in the 9th meeting between these two.
Alamo City wearing their Arctic Leopard uniforms. It's the 23rd different uniform they've worn this season, Curtis. I don't know if you knew that, but they are always styling. Fort Worth, always traditional out here in their home dark blues. Tonight, there's the coin toss. It's heads. Fort Worth will take the football. We'll see Marcus Dunhill first. We'll see what Alamo City can do against this Toro offense that has been spectacular all season long. We're ready under the lights in Fort Worth, Texas. It is a perfect night for football, and the ball's on the tee. The hand is in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, kick it! Here in Week 14, the final game of the Season 21 regular season. A knee in the end zone will bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. Marcus Dunhill, 21 touchdowns to just 6 picks.
A little better than 3 touchdowns to 1 interception ratio, which is fantastic. Jay-Z Bacon has been dynamic as well. When Marcus Dunhill can't get the short yardage ones like Jay-Z Bacon can, and he can also break them as well.
They'll start with 2 in the backfield, 2 receivers here to this near side. 1st and 10 for Dunhill against 7 in the box. They'll hand it off to Bacon, and Jay-Z Bacon's got maybe a half a yard on the play. Coming up quickly to clean it up was Ron Hoff.
It'll be a decent start for the defense for Alamo City. Got to get the penetration on the offensive line to get to Bacon in the backfield. Don't put him in open space, otherwise he sizzles.
2nd down and 9. Dunhill going to drop to throw. Blitz off the right side. Dunhill's pass is knocked away. Ron Hoff has come to play tonight. 3rd and 9.
All seemingly finding Ron Hoff in the first 2 plays from scrimmage in the football game. He's got the stop and the pass deflect on 2 plays from scrimmage.
Alamo City's defense seemingly bigger than the entire roster of Fort Worth. Alamo City throws a bunch of players at you, and they do it so well. Probably better than any other team in the league. 3rd and 9, play action. Dunhill rolling to his right. That pass is intercepted. Intercepted by Mart. Going back the other way. J. Mart 15. J. Mart 10. 5. Touchdown and a pick 6. Alamo City's defense. How do you do?
Wow. It looked like an underthrown ball by Dunhill that Mart is just sitting on, waiting on that to come over the middle of the field on the rollout, looking at Dunhill the entire way into double coverage. That throw goes. And how about a pick 6? Has the speed to beat the big man to the end zone, and Alamo City has a heavenly start to this Week 14 thriller.
J. Mart's 4th pick of the season. The other linebackers have a combined 1 on this squad. Mart, one of the most underrated players in the league this season. 62 tackles, 16 for loss. That leads the team. And now 6 pass deflections, nearly a missed extra point there. That would have been the first for this season. And J. Mart now with 4 picks, and Alamo City showing what they can do early on.
18th takeaway of the season for the Alamo City Artillery. That's number 3 going into the week. And number 1 is 23. That's with Fort Worth. And very good turnover numbers, and they show up again here on the first drive of the game.
The wind is swirling here as a cold front has taken over this portion of the country. That one sails out of the back of the end zone, and Dunhill's going to have to shake that off. Remember, just 6 interceptions coming into this football game. Dunhill's 7th puts him down 7 early. formation now for Fort Worth. Dunhill to throw. Dunhill going to take off and run as Alamo City brought some pressure, and Dunhill keeps the Toros offense out of the sticks, picks up 4, gets some help up from AA. Fort Worth's offense, Marcus Dunhill, J.Z. Bacon, Aaron Alexander, the fullback, helping out Marcus on that last play. Cade Stevens, Charlie Baker, and Stephen Hacker, the four-time All-Star, made it last season as well. Robert Garrett Jr., the Cowboy, Rochelle Johnson at tight end. The tackle to watch, Emilio Panda, and guard is Frank Burks. Not a super talented offensive line, but they've been doing some nice things this season. Bacon trying to push those blockers up ahead. Gets about half of what the Toros need, 3rd and 3.
Yeah, this will be a better idea for the Toros. I think starting out, they probably should have gone a little bit smaller, just trying to keep on schedule rather than jump ahead of it with the Dunhill pass that ended up being intercepted. This is a pretty key 3rd down to try to bounce back.
8 in the box for Alamo City. Handoff Bacon. J.Z. Bacon is stood up for nothing. Tackled by Rob Foraker. And it's 3 and out for Fort Worth after the pick 6. There's Greg Soto. You knew he was going to be styling tonight, as he always is every week. And wow, Alamo City could not have asked for a better start.
Yeah, this is a great first 2 minutes for Alamo City, and Fort Worth going to have to try to collect themselves. Now their defense going to see the field for the first time. See how they do against the Alamo City offense.
This punt a bit short from the 42-yard line. Returned up to Deuce Fennick. You can see there's a kind of a stiff wind that was in the face of Fort Worth's punter there, and Alamo City's going to end up with the ball at the 50.
Yeah, talk about the 3 key things to happen: the pick 6, the 3 and out, and now real good field position on your first offensive possession. It's a trifecta of things that are going right for Alamo City early.
Ace Fennick completes 62.6% of his passes, 2,375 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. Throws a touchdown pass every 6.5% of his tosses. 1st and 10 at midfield. Handoff, Brad Jones, and Brad Jones is put down. These two teams, all we hear all season long about these great running backs. They're 2 of the most talented in the league, but man, these run defenses know how to play.
They do, and you saw it was almost a mimic to the first play from scrimmage that Fort Worth had on offense. So see if they repeated it again.
2nd and 9. Ace Fennick back to pass. That pass is incomplete. Looking for Kendra Wells. Solid coverage down the field as the blitz was picked up. We'll set up a 3rd down and 9 for the artillery. Streaks on the line tonight. Fort Worth favored 4.5 by Jack Stata. Earlier this week, Jack Stata said, I don't care that Fort Worth has never beaten Alamo City. Fort Worth is undefeated, and they get the nod. 4.5-point favorites. 52.5 is the over-under. Those lines provided by Jack Stata this evening. 3rd down and 9 as Ace Fennick tries to keep the Alamo City offense on the field. That pass is incomplete. Kendra Wells probably should have caught it. Heard the footsteps. Both defenses off to a strong start.
And both offenses off to a bit of a sluggish start. Those are 2 passes there that Wells probably should have had, and had a second chance on that second one, and just could not bring it in. And a couple of 3 and outs right in a row after the pick 6.
Boy, did Fort Worth need that out of their defense, because this game could have really spiraled out of control. Fantastic field position for Alamo City. They only get a yard off of it. This punt is going sailing all the way out of the back of the end zone. So Marcus Dunhill, for the 3rd straight time, will start on his own 20-yard line. This Alamo City defense stacked. Stephen Fellows the 2nd, Theodore Rocker, Yogi Barr, Tina Begin, Robert Thump on the line. Linebackers Jay Mart, who has the pick 6 already tonight, Bogey Barr, and Rob Forker. The secondary, talented Jukin Rukin Jr., Jeff Spicoli, Ron Hoff, Mickey McGuire, Rain Rie, Willie Bands, Albert Begin, and Cody Lawrence. 9 defensive backs. They have backups at every position in case someone gets hurt. Marcus Dunhill back to throw. That pass is caught. Cade Stevens, first move of the chains tonight by either offense. It goes for a Dunhill completion.
Yeah, it's his longest completion of the day so far, to his own team anyway, as that one is a nice ball right of the hash marks. Wow. Nice little, looks like a post route by Cade Stevens as he kind of left the corner in the dust there. Safety has to come up and make the play. Real nice ball from Marcus Dunhill.
First and 10 coming up. 3 minutes into this contest. 2 in the backfield, 2 receivers now to the far side of the field. And 9 players crowd the line of scrimmage for Alamo City. They'll run it to the left side. J.Z. Bacon, a little bit of space as Alamo City was overloading that right-hand side. Bacon's got a first down. Fort Worth starting to cook.
I love the spin move here by Bacon. This is a real thin spin. You didn't see much of it. He didn't really change the angle or change the projection of route on his run. Just a straight spin, and it still confused the defender as he was coming up to them. That's good work from Bacon, moving downfield instead of east-west.
Rain Rie was guilty of missing. He has 27 more tackles than any other player on this roster. 94 this season, 7 for loss. Dunhill's pass is incomplete. Looking for Hacker over the middle will bring up second down.
Interesting that Hacker, with that middle route, I thought there might have been an impede on the progress of the route, but no call as the safety got up right in the face of Hacker, and apparently the ref didn't see enough to call it. It sets up a second and long.
You know, Stefan Forge brings up a good point in this chat. It's definitely not the best matchup in SFL history in the postseason, but in the regular season, how could you get a better matchup than this? 11-0 and 10-1. That's definitely the best. Dunhill going to be sacked. A loss of 7 on the play following the incompletion. That's Robert Thump with the takedown. Will set up 3rd and long.
Here, Robert brings the thump, and you can call this a coverage sack. Marcus Dunhill, when things are going right, he has this ball out of his hands in probably 2.5 seconds or less. He holds the ball for 4 or 5 seconds there, and that speaks to the Alamo City secondary and their ability to cover the fort with targets. Stephen Hacker, Cade Stevens both blanketed on that play. Nothing Dunhill could do but hit the ground.
Robert Thump's 6th sack this season. That leads the team. Dunhill will go play fake on 3rd and long. And fires down the field, caught by Hacker, got the first down. What a perfectly executed play as Hacker and the Toros move the chains, his first catch of the night.
Perfectly executed play, but a little bit of luck as well. Dunhill, after getting hit with the sack on the previous play, good call by the sideline to use the rollout. And Hacker catches this ball. He is run into from behind to push him forward towards the first down marker, gets enough forward momentum to get it, and Alamo City does not think so, and will throw the red flag.
Man, Coach Soto's out here early. At initial glance, it looked... Boy, points are a premium in this matchup, and both coaches know it. Let's take a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Put a Retroid in your hands and play the SFL video game 4K23. Ron Hoff, again, was the player involved on this play. When was the knee down?
And I think he's got that.
I think he's got that. Lose that.
And lose a timeout in the process, which, I mean, don't know how big that's going to be.
Oh, they overturned it.
Really? But is it
Yeah, I think it's going to be 4th and inches. Now the question is, I mean, what does that get you? Is Fort Worth going to go for this? They are on the opposite side of the field with momentum right now.
Yeah, I mean, and they're down in this game. They don't really want to go down 2 scores to Alamo City. This is spicy.
Wow.
Put away the utensils and dive face first into this. Let's go.
4th and inches early on in this game. 4.5 minutes to go. Hacker's going to go in motion. Mike O'Neill talked about him on that line in pregame as they sneak him in this heavy package. 4th and short. Dunhill going to throw. Dunhill to Hacker. Got it. Stephen Hacker, 20. Went in motion and got the mismatch down to the 16-yard line. First down, Fort Worth.
What a misdirection. You go heavy set on 4th and inches, and you send your best wideout to the top of the screen, left of the formation, and send him on a route. Marcus Dunhill throws this ball. Credit to the offensive line for picking up all of those blocks of all those defenders trying to stop a short run. That's awesome work from Fort Worth.
Oh, that was pretty. Dunhill now dumps it off to J.Z. Bacon to start the drive. Bacon makes the first man miss, and Ron Hoff makes the tackle. How many times is this guy going to make a play in the first quarter?
He's got, I think, 4 or 5 where he's been at the football or the football's come to him already, and we're just over halfway through the first.
I'm shaking. This is football, man. This is what it's supposed to look like around the league.
Yeah.
Take note, all the teams that are watching right now. 2nd down and 7. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. 7-0. Alamo City on top. Toss play out to Bacon. J.Z. Bacon tried to make a man miss and then wrapped up in the open field. Gunny McGuire. What a stick. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, Bacon was cooked either way, because even if he makes Gunny McGuire miss, he's got 2 artillery members behind him that are right on Bacon's grill. So that's good work from the Alamo City defense, getting right up there to stop the run, creating a 3rd and out situation.
3rd down, 6 to go. Aaron Alexander goes in motion. J. Mart showing a blitz. Arrows up the middle for Dunhill. He almost is sacked. Dunhill going to take off and run inside the 5. Got the first down to the 4-yard line. What a play by Dunhill to avoid the sack and scramble for the first.
Get off me. That's fantastic for Dunhill. He just threw that man down like nothing was going on and grabbed the ball and ran with it. That's awesome. 1st and goal for Fort Worth. This has been an amazing drive for them.
9th play of the drive for the Toros, responding off that pick 6. 3.5 to go. Play fake to Bacon. Dunhill to the end zone. Pass incomplete. Looking for Robert Garrett Jr. And I'll tell you what, Fort Worth is keeping Alamo City's defense on their toes tonight with this play calling.
Yeah, they're mixing it up perfectly there. A little bit of a sidearm throw there from Dunhill. Couldn't get the height on the ball that Garrett needed, I think, to bring that one down. That one a little bit low. So maybe they go back to that one again a little bit later. So bookmark that.
2nd and goal. 9 in the box. Single high safety. That's Rie for the artillery defense. They'll hand it off to Bacon, and J.Z. Bacon's got nothing. Maybe a half a yard. Robert Thump, who's already got a sack tonight with the stop, forcing a 3rd down.
I think we need to start seeing Fort Worth not abandon the run, but put it on the shelf for a bit, because Alamo City's forcing Dunhill to beat them. They need this in a 3rd and goal situation.
From the gun, 2 in the backfield. Dunhill to pass on 3rd and goal. Fires back in the end zone, incomplete. And Alamo City's defense gets a stop. Again, Garrett Jr. was the intended target.
Yeah, that from a defensive standpoint, after all of the trickery and all of the fun that Fort Worth showed on that drive, that is a big stop to get to hold them to 3. You almost want to think that was a PI there at the very end. No call on it.
No
Interesting
way.
No call.
No way. Are you kidding me?
You don't think so?
No.
Looked like the defender jumped right in Garrett's way.
No. That was
okay.
That was great. What are you, blind? That was great coverage. Amelia Rose with the field goal. That's good. 13 plays, 76-yard drive. What a drive for Fort Worth, including that fourth down play that was just phenomenal.
They wanted a touchdown out of it. There's no doubt about that. But you know what? Taking 3 points here, getting your defense back out, your defense coming fresh off a 3 and out that they forced Alamo City into just to drive a go. Big moment for Fort Worth's defense with the crowd behind them. Now they can start to work with some offensive points on the board.
Kick only going to get to the 4. That wind now at the back of the artillery here as Deuce Fennick gets it up to the 33-yard line. It's an interesting note. Alamo City has 1 yard of total offense with the wind at their back. May want to take advantage of that. Fort Worth leads in total yards 84-1 right now, and Alamo City leads 7-3.
Yeah, just because of the pick 6, that's the only reason. So we'll see how their offense looks on this. Is only their second offensive series. So this seeing Ace out on the field has been rare here in the first quarter.
Ace Fennick has not completed a pass, targeted Kendra Wells twice on the first drive. One, a great defensive play. Another looked like she dropped it. 2 backs, 2 receivers. They'll hand it off to Brad Jones to start the drive, and Brad Jones has some space, getting 8 yards on the pickup. Easily the top run of the night for Jones, 2nd and 2.
I think it's top run of the night for Bacon as well. I think it's top run of the night for both running offenses. That was a much better first down effort than they had on their first drive, which went for maybe half a yard. So something to maybe work on as they are a little bit ahead of the sticks here.
2nd and 2, 2:38 to go in the first, 7-3. Artillery with the early lead. Hand off to Jones. Jones behind his fullback, going to pick up a first down. Rainstorm, the fullback often Often fullbacks go unnoticed for their blocking abilities, but it's been pretty terrific. Let's run through this amazingly talented Alamo City offense. Ace Fennick, Brad Jones, Thick and Juicy, Rain Storm, all in the backfield. Receivers, Kendra Wells, Kenny Hendricks, Ziggy Ronick, Yale Montana, Deuce Fennick. Tight ends, Garrison Blue, Hank Earl Troll. And on the line, as Fennick drops to throw, Fennick rolling right, nearly sacked. That pass is again incomplete. He's 0 for 3. That line trying to keep Fort Worth off of Ace Fennick tonight. Jamarcus Candy and David Parker are your tackles. William Davidson, Charles Michael are your guards. And Jukin Rukin is the veteran center. But so far, man, Ace Fennick struggling down the field.
A little bit of jitters coming into hostile territory and into the stockyards. So look for him to complete a pass. That's gotta be the start for him.
Fennick dumps it off. That's a way to get your quarterback going as Brad Jones takes a step out of bounds near Coach Soto, and he says, man, don't be stepping out of bounds too early like that, 36.
You know what, though? That I like that call from Soto in the offense. The biggest thing for Fennick there was to get a completion, get him in some kind of rhythm, get some yards. They've already over their output for offensive plays in the passing game. So let's go.
Fennick dropping to throw. Fennick in trouble and didn't have anywhere to go with it. Tried to scramble and then gets sacked. Luther gone with the takedown, and Alamo City's offense comes up empty again.
And the sky was falling on this. Nothing Fennick could do as he has to take this in the backfield. And another drive that stalls out for Alamo City. Fort Worth's defense has absolutely come to play. And now they're going to give their ball back to the offense coming off the field goal with a chance to take the lead.
Fort Worth, 21 sacks this season. That was third best in the SFL. Look at this punt, and it's going to go into the end zone. What a boomer there from Alamo City's Danny Dimes. And I believe for the fourth straight drive, Dunhill will start from his own 20.
Yeah, that's a big statement from Fort Worth's defense. Alamo City had a chance to come out and do something. It looked like they might, the way that drive started, and just faltered out at the very end. 1 first down, no more than that, and Fort Worth with a chance.
First and 10 to start their fourth possession. Jay-Z Bacon going to get wrapped up after a 3-yard gain. It's really interesting. So what we've seen so far, Curtis, Fort Worth's number 1 in the league in yards per attempt allowed, 6.8 through the air. They're number 1. Alamo City is, in terms of yards per attempt, 9.7. That's 5th in the SFL. And when it goes to their receivers, they're number 1 at 15.9 in terms of yards per completion. So you talk about strength on strength, and so far the Fort Worth Toros' strength is winning, as that's another great tackle in the open field by Albert Begin. He's his third.
Yeah, Begin's been good, and the Alamo City defense on first down, they've really done a nice job of keeping Fort Worth's run game at bay on the early downs. And that's important because it makes Fort Worth one-dimensional, which is part of what created the pick six earlier.
3rd down and 5. Marcus Dunhill back to pass. He's 4 for 9. Dunhill fires. That pass is knocked away by Bogey Barr. How many games have we seen this season, Curtis, where on 3rd down, just throw it over the middle and someone's going to be open? Not against the artillery tonight. Another punt coming up for Fort Worth's offense.
3rd punt of the game by both, or 4th punt of the game by both teams as well. And Fort Worth, they had the opportunity in front of them, and they had it just faltered out in front of them. Dunhill can't find the target, and the safety's playing really well and really aggressively, I think, for the artillery.
Here's a wild stat. 6 first downs, 4 punts, 10 points. Go figure.
And 2 third down conversions for both teams combined.
2 for 8 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Fort Worth's on pace to have 24 third downs tonight. So something's got to give. Alamo City's offense just has not been able to stay on the field and put drives together. 7 total yards of offense, and all of them have been Brad Jones. Ace Fennick dropping to throw. Ace Fennick, clean pocket this time. That pass caught, although a little bit behind the receiver. That is Yayo Montana with his first catch and first target of the night. Picks up 7. And that ends the first quarter. Boy, this feels like playoff football, getting us geared up and ready for the postseason coming up on Saturday. Alamo City leads Fort Worth in the battle for the South in the SFL #1 seed on this, the Monday Night Spectacular, presented by APM Music on SFL YouTube, along with Mike Daggs and Ron Haynes. Chris Curtis, Cameron Irvine with you. High formation, just a single receiver. Garrison Blue, Hank Earl Troll, both in on the right side of that line. That's where they toss it. And Brad Jones isn't going to get anything. Delaney Nash with the takedown. And we haven't talked about this very talented Fort Worth defense yet. Jeff Duffy, Jerry D. Gond, Luther Gond, and John Neville's on the line. E.K. Vincent, Sonny Sky, and J.L. Browning are your linebackers. And in the secondary, Tavius Gordon, Adam Leach, Remington James, and Aiden Davis at corner. And then a light but talented safeties box, Ben Stone and Delaney Nash. 3rd and 2, handoff to Jones. Jones, short. He got a little too fancy there, Curtis, and Nash comes up to make the stop.
Yep, moving east-west before you go north-south, and Delaney Nash comes up, makes a nice hit to keep him behind the sticks. And they're going to, oh, this is a nice, spicy addition to our 3-course meal. Let's go.
The second 4th down conversion in the first half. Both teams want the division. 4th and 1. Handoff. Jones, he didn't get there. Tackled in the backfield by E.K. Vincent. First down, Fort Worth.
The turnover on downs, and again, the run defense from Fort Worth is just enough to get the job done. They did it on 1st down as well. 4th down, very much the same, and both teams now starting with their best field position so far in this game. Just on the other side of the 50 is the Fort Worth offense.
And finally, Dunhill doesn't have to start a zone 20. Terrific field position now for Fort Worth at their own 47 as Alamo City goes for it on 4th and 1 and doesn't get it. Doesn't much matter now that Alamo City's defense is back out on the field. Bogey Barr tackles Jay-Z for nothing.
Jay-Z, I think, lost his blocker there. His blocker went forward, went north-south, and Bacon went to his left and could not get on the same path of run as the blocker.
Hand off Bacon. Good fake there from Marcus Dunhill, and Bacon picks up 7. I thought he was going to play fake there, and he actually was kind of standing in the pocket like he still had the ball after all those play actions earlier.
Sometimes you got to be able to act like you have the ball to freeze the linebackers. You can't just hand it off and, not do anything. So good commitment to the play, commitment to the deception there from Dunhill.
3rd down and 3. Alamo City's defense shifting around. They run it right up the gut. That's where Alamo City was not. And Bacon gets all the way out of the Alamo City 34-yard line. Fort Worth tops the artillery on that play. 1st down.
Jay-Z can get physical when he wants to, and in this spot here, it's a perfect opportunity for him to do so. Gets in between the tackles, he breaks it a couple of tackles on his way to the 1st down marker, and he gets more effective as the day goes on, almost like he cooks a little bit before he actually is served. And now it creates a really good 1st down scenario for Fort Worth in positive territory.
It's only the 2nd quarter, and I think you've used more Bacon puns than we've had 1st downs in this one.
I completely agree.
Dunhill back to throw. Middle picked off! Picked off by Jay Mart, who breaks a tackle. Mart breaks a second from Dunhill, putting him on the ground and right next to his head coach. Gets the ball all the way out to the 35-yard line. What a night for Jay Mart as Fort Worth gets exposed in the middle of the field once again.
This is almost a carbon copy of the interception that he had earlier as Marcus Dunhill just loses J Mart in the 2nd level, right over the middle of the field, and Mart's got his eyes on Dunhill again the entire way. Almost the same spot he made that interception earlier, just this time in between the hash marks rather than to the left. Very good work and good commitment to the game plan from J Mart, able to get it done and set up Alamo City with a real good opportunity.
Dunhill, 6 picks in 44 quarters this season. 2 picks in 13 minutes to start this game. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Toss out to Brad Jones. The blocker holds, but Jones only able to pick up 4 as the speedy Fort Worth linebackers bring him down.
That's okay, though. I mean, after a really high-emotion play like a big pick like that from J Mart, just a slow-it-down 4-yard run keeps them on schedule. Still plenty of time in this first half. and Alamo City has the lead. They've got the trump card at the moment, so we'll see how well this drive proceeds after a nice first down run.
Ashley, I'm using that line if Jamar gets another pick and gets a hat trick, as Brad Jones is picked up and thrown down by Delaney Nash, one of the more physical safeties in the SFL, as fourth tackle.
I think Marcus Dunhill is done shopping at the J-Mart. I'll see myself out.
Well, if you're just going to beat me to it. Never let me have any fun. 3rd down and 2, 6:55 to go in the first half. Alamo City trying to put something together offensively. 33 yards now on 13 plays. Going in motion is Ziggy Roenick. Without a target so far tonight, they're going to hand it off behind that heavy offensive line. Tight ends on the right, blocking as well. Brad Jones going to scoop up and pick up the first down. The little details in this artillery uniform, I'm loving this, seeing everything.
Pretty nice craftsmanship on them. Harder for me to see, but that doesn't say much. They look like white uniforms from here. 1st
and 10, 6:20 to go in the first half. I mean, I couldn't tell you what's on them. I just know they're detailed. Garrison Blue goes in motion this time. Toss. Brad Jones behind a blocker, breaks a tackle. Brad Jones race to the sideline, breaks through Aiden Davis. Brad Jones down the sideline all the way to the 32-yard line. First down, his longest run of the night.
Yeah, longest run for either running back again. Brad Jones cut 3 broken tackles on this. He should have been down probably 15 yards before, but the open field tackling for Fort Worth fails them on this particular play. Like what Brad Jones is doing, finding the holes and showing some determination for Alamo City, and they're just going to continue to eat clock if Fort Worth is going to let them. Already 2 minutes gone in this drive.
Sunny Sky wraps him up. There's a look at Jones' numbers before that play. Just 26 yards on 9 carries. Ace Fennick drops to pass, and wow, Kendra Wells makes up for the earlier drop as she escapes away with the completion there. Could have been much worse.
How in the world did she get up and grab this football? She's in double coverage there, triple coverage there as one came in late. That's just watching the football into your hands, and I'm not sure if the defenders lost it, but somehow it ends up in the breadbasket. First down.
Could have gotten her arm taken off, and now this is the second time out we've seen a team have their best drive against the wind here. 5:23 to go. The handoff goes to Jones, and Jones is stuffed. That is E.K. Vincent with the takedown as fourth tackle. Jay Ballmer, a $9.99 super chat. I hate Fort Worth more than Alamo City, but hate them both no matter what. Still sick. Sorry, Jay. I don't mean to laugh at your pain, but that's brutal. Still sick. I didn't think you had cured yourself in 45 minutes, but I was hoping so.
That's awesome.
2nd and 12. Thanks for your support, Jay. Halfway through the second quarter, 7-3 artillery on the move. Ace Fennick rolls out to his right. Ace Fennick then has to double back, and the pass is caught by Kendra. What a play by Ace Fennick, moving back into the pocket, finding Kendra Wells for her second catch.
And spinning against the grain out of the pocket as well to try to evade the sack. You're going to see him as he was just about to get hit. An accurate ball after making himself dizzy on a spin that has no business working. That is some physical prowess and some focus from Ace Fennick to find his target, and now it's 1st and goal.
That may have been one of his best passes of the season. Hand off to Jones, running left. Brad Jones got away from one, not going to get away from E.K., his 5th tackle, 2nd and goal.
And E.K. Vincent's coming out and basically putting a stop to anything in the middle. He's been very good and very focused for the most part this entire first half. And now Alamo City, they need to probably at least half this distance if they can.
Handoff Jones up the middle. Brad Jones stopped again. This time cleaned up actually by Jeff Duffy. Nice play by the defensive end coming back and making the stop. 3rd and goal. Everything is earned in this one.
Yeah, it is. And that's exactly what they did is they have the distance and made it a 3rd down and much more manageable. Opens up the playbook. Tons of room in that end zone for receivers to run routes.
From the 4, Fennick is going to be sacked. Trying to set up the screen to Brad Jones, and Fort Worth had it covered. That was Browning on the outside. Fennick goes down for the 2nd time tonight, and they'll have to kick a field goal.
Holding the artillery to 3 points here, massive for Fort Worth because they keep it to a one-possession game, provided it goes through. And another big-time sack, good penetration on the line, not giving Fennec the time of day to get that ball out.
Something a little underrated or overrated about Alamo City, depending upon how you look at it, that is the 22nd time that Ace Fennec has been sacked this season as that field goal is good. That is bottom 5 in the league. So they have struggled protecting him despite the 10-1 record. They end up with 3 points there from Matt Fennec, 10-3.
I think part of that is the fact that their defense is as good as it is as well, though, because I mean, even with sacks changing the field position, their defense comes out and gets stops and gives the ball back to their offense. So it's a defense bails them out a little bit on that, but on that one, it turns 7 points into 3.
It's crazy, too. Fennec, 235 attempts, which is his 25th in the league. Fort Worth definitely winning that battle up front here early on as Charlie Baker going to be on the return past the 30 to the 32-yard line. Still the one touchdown, the pick 6 from Jay Mart. 10-3 with 3:10 to go. Boy, talk about symmetry.
I'm going to put a little premonition your way, I think. I think that I remember Charlie Baker in a game against Tulsa earlier this season in Gabriel Manning's house came through and gave them a game-winning touchdown on a kickoff return. And Baker is one that can do it. He can take it the distance. So on special teams, you really need to pay attention to Alamo City's coverage and if they can get to him.
Absolutely right. And he hasn't done it since. He had that one touchdown in that game. It was a 103-yard kick return score against Tulsa. There goes Jay-Z Bacon past the 45 to the 48-yard line before Alamo City closes the gap.
Yeah, if Jay-Z Bacon doesn't spin there and he actually cuts this back inside, I think he's got probably 20 to 25 more yards. Right here, he has a chance to move it back, change direction. Defenders would have had a hard time keeping up with that change in direction, but instead keeps it going to the outside and still gets the first down. So maybe nitpicking a little bit, but nice run either way.
Under 3 to go, plenty of time for Fort Worth to put the drive together. Dunhill's 4 for 11 for 56 yards. Dunhill fires down the middle. Caught! Cade Stevens puts the mid out and snags it.
The Statue of Liberty there. That's a full extension left arm for Cade Stevens. That's so difficult to do. Use the momentum of the football to secure it into your mitt and then bring that back down somehow. He's in danger of hyperextending his elbow with the ball coming in at a speed like that. Still brings it in and takes the hit. Hold on to the football. That's huge from Cade.
Stevens and Hacker both with 2 catches. Bacon has a catch. Otherwise, 5 targets, no catches when passes are thrown. Anybody else? The pass is picked again. Another linebacker interception. Bogey Barr takes it away. The 3rd pick of the half.
Man, Marcus Dunhill, he has now 9 interceptions. He came into this game with 6, so 33% increase in 50% increase in just this first half of this game. You talked about 44 quarters. He'd thrown 6. That's wild from Dunhill and Alamo City just picking on him in the linebacking core.
Man, every time Fort Worth starts to get some momentum, a costly interception. These linebackers are lurking for the artillery as Ace Fennec's pass is knocked away and incomplete. But you know what we haven't seen tonight? We haven't seen a lot of arrow routes over the middle, and stuff that is going over the middle is being taken away. Alamo City putting on a masterclass of how to take away the middle of the field.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of teams struggle with that from the top to the bottom of this league. Defensively, the middle of the field has been a picking ground for most good offenses in the SFL.
2nd down and 10. Neither offense has scored a touchdown. Alamo City trying to be the first right now as Fennec drops to throw. Fennec get down the field. That pass is hauled in. Ziggy Ronick's first catch. And the artillery are over midfield as we hit the 2-minute warning. The 10-1 artillery. Winners of 8 in a row all time against Fort Worth. Up on the 11-0 Fort Worth Toros 10-3. You're watching the Monday Night Spectacular presented by APN Music on SFL YouTube. Mike Daggs, Ron Haynes, Chris Curtis, Cameron Irvine, your Monday night crew tonight. Access After Dark follows us. Can't wait to hear what they have to say. Go show their love and support. A lot of good uniforms this week. Can't wait to see what Pink Lisa's got as your Week 14 winner. What Gunny has to say about the playoff chase and so much more as Brad Jones has a first down past the 40.
It's another Alamo City chance for them to do something with decent drive lurking. Their 2-minute drill from about midfield is what they're looking at. So they have all 3 timeouts, tons of time left, so they can slow it down a little bit. They can afford to with the field in front of them.
$5 super chat, Nicholas Frossel. I like turtles. You know what, Curtis? I like when our chat drinks. That's it's very lucrative for us. I can only imagine because I don't have any context. Ace Fennec.
Would you say... Sorry.
That's incomplete. Ronick dropped it. Second down. What joke are you about to drop, like Ziggy?
I was going to say, if they're not drinking, would you say they shell up?
Go ahead. Say it.
I did.
No. You'll see...
Nope, we're good. I said it earlier.
Second and 10, back to the game, which is way better than this banter. 1:23 to go in the first half. Fennec back to pass. Fennec tried to fit that one into a phone booth, and that's knocked away. Broken up by Ben Stone, the 4th different Toro with a pass deflection in the first half. 3rd and 10.
Second one on this drive as well. A couple of key pass deflections. Alamo City only has 1 third down conversion in this half. 1 for 5 at the moment. 2 for 6 would look real lovely for them right about now.
Donnell says way ahead of you, Cam. That's fantastic. Cling to that bottle, baby. 3rd and 10. 1:20 to go. Kendra Wells goes in motion from right to left as Alamo City tries to get in the field goal range. Right now they are not. Fennec, deep ball, overthrew his intended receiver, and Adam Leach has the interception. 50, 40 is going to be caught at the Alamo City 40-yard line, but Ace Fennec airmailed that pass, and Fort Worth has a chance at points before the end of the half.
I thought for sure Adam Leach had the angle with the speed, and I thought he may be able to take that one to the house. He was chased down by, I think, a wide receiver at the very end of this. What speed that Leach gets going on the sideline, gets caught at about the... okay.
That's
lineman
William
got
Davidson.
over there. That's really good hustle and really good reading ability on the play from Davidson. There's no way he's able to react and get there. He's got to realize that ball's intercepted way sooner than a lot of other Alamo City members.
6'2", 300, chasing down Adam Leach. Kendra Wells was the intended target, way overthrown. Definitely Fennec's worst pass of the night. The 2 quarterbacks have combined 10 for 25 and 4 interceptions in the first half as Dunhill drops to throw. Dunhill, clean pocket. Oh, Stephen Hacker with style. Is he wearing a bow tie or what?
He gets the style points, and I think Marcus Dunhill with the biggest plot twist of the game so far. He actually has Gatorade in the bottle.
That would make sense. I don't know.
That would, yeah.
We got to keep things serious.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Serious
Stay
business.
hydrated.
Dunhill, 89 yards now, 6 of 14. Hacker's got 55 of those on 3 grabs. Split backs here for Dunhill. Linebackers back off. They're covering the zone. That pass is dumped off to the side. Cade Stevens looking for the out of bounds and gets it just inside the 10 to set up a 1st and goal and keep those 2 timeouts in the back of Fort Worth's pocket.
That play acted like a screen. It's a really nice play design. The defensive line got there pretty quickly, but nobody covered Cade Stevens on the near side of your screen as everyone was looking end zone on this play. Nothing doing on that 1st and goal for Fort Worth as they take advantage of what Alamo City's going to give them.
The second half adjustments are going to be fascinating in this one. And who knows, maybe the deeper team is going to win this game, Curtis, as we continue to find out what works and what doesn't tonight. Stephen Hacker will go in motion. Plenty of time for Fort Worth here. They got 3 plays, 2 timeouts. The whole playbook is open. Rollout. Dunhill to his left. Dunhill end zone. Touchdown! Fort Worth. There's an offensive touchdown, and it's the Hack Attack.
Oh, man. Marcus Dunhill has been money on these rollout plays. Goes out of the defensive line range and gets off to the left, sets up Hacker on a route that puts him to the middle of the end zone. That's pretty from the offensive coordinator for Fort Worth, and real pretty execution for Marcus Dunhill. That's a tight window to fit that ball into as well. He found it. We're about to have a tie ball game.
That was even more impressive on that shot. Bogey Barr was all over that.
Unreal.
Extra point for Rose. Good. 10-10.
Can I get a stop rewind play of that?
That was how the song ended.
I know, but the fact that you repeated it was fantastic.
Well, what am I going to do? Not repeat it?
I mean, usually, yeah. Who let us in the booth together?
We like to have fun here.
Yeah, absolutely.
58 seconds left. Alamo City does have all 3 timeouts. And they'll actually get a return out of this one from 4 yards deep in the end zone. And it's Hanker will troll. Hanker will troll all the way out of the 28-yard line. Wow, don't see that often. I wouldn't suggest putting your tight ends on special teams, but kind of worked out there.
Turned into a tanker troll on that.
Sure, yeah, he did.
God, moving downhill, he just could not be stopped. Blocker almost stopped him, but just the hesitation ended up opening up the open field on the left-hand side, so it worked out pretty well.
10-10. What a first half. 51 seconds left. A pick 6 from J. Mart. A Marcus Dunhill touchdown pass to Stephen Hacker. Now Brad Jones takes the handoff, and I think Alamo City will be content to take this to the half. They played very well.
Yeah, both teams really have. Fort Worth, I think they are lamenting the turnovers that they had, but to only turn 3 picks into 10 points,
right,
it is a statement by the Fort Worth defense after the turnovers that have happened and put them in some pretty precarious positions.
Yeah, Fort Worth's got to feel pretty good about this. J.Z. Bacon hasn't reached the end zone. Dunhill's thrown 3 picks, and yet the game is tied at 10. Brad Jones takes one more carry, and we may see one more crack at Brad getting something going before the end of the half.
I mean, Brad Jones has made quick strike plays before, so I mean, anytime he touches the ball, anytime either one of these running backs touches the ball, it has at least a little potential.
That's a swaggy saunter if I've ever seen one there from Alamo City before this play. Ace Fennick is going to be sacked, and that is the last thing he's going to remember going into the locker room. Jeff Duffy, Luther Gond with takedowns in the first half.
Not ideal for Fennick, but you know what? All told, no damage done. It essentially gets into the locker room still even, and we're no closer to finding a winner than when we started.
Well, all in all, Chris Curtis, I think Fort Worth should feel pretty great. Ace Fennick is 5 for 12. He's completing he has 4.4 yards per attempt, and Alamo City comes into the game top 5 in yards per attempt. They have really kept that passing game in check, and that has tied the game at 10.
And this Alamo City defense has absolutely bottled up Marcus Dunhill. Marcus Dunhill came into this week as the #1 QB in QB rating. That says a lot for what he's been able to do with this Fort Worth offense. 21 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. That's no longer a thing. 22-9 now. But either way, he's played really well up to this point in the season, and Alamo City has found something that works against him, and it's taking away the offense over the middle of the field where Marcus Dunhill's targets typically go. The one play to Stephen Hacker, their best play of the game so far on the 4th and short, that is exceptional by them. That's one thing. That's one I'll remember for a while. So, but 10-10, like you said, the offensive and defensive adjustments by both sides will be key. And really, I think the first points in this second half are going to be a huge momentum swing that the other may not be able to recover from.
Alamo City's going to get the ball to start the second half. Ron Haynes and Mike Daggs doing a perfect job in the stat truck for us tonight as Amelia Rose will kick it away, and our second half will begin. Last game of the SFL Season 21 regular season. This is Fennick on the return. Fennick gets one block up to the 29-yard line. It's worth noting, DJ Moses, the only running back in the SFL this season with 2,000 yards, is the first one since season 15. Reggie Streeter, the Hall of Famer, did that. But Jay-Z Bacon needed 140 yards tonight to crack 2,000 for the season. Brad Jones needed 211. Right now, Jay-Z a little bit closer to that mark. He had 65 in the first half. Would need 75 in the second to reach that mark. But all things considered, Curtis, one 2,000-yard rusher in a season like we've had is a testament to the improved defenses across the league.
And no one getting close to Jaya and Yola either.
Yeah. Ziggy goes in motion, 10-10 to start the second half. This game has lived up to the hype and then some. What a great defensive first half. Handoff to Brad Jones, and Jones is stuffed right near the line of scrimmage. A combo tackle from Jerry D. Gond and E.K. Vincent's seventh.
Side note, I wonder what kind of trash talk Hank Earl trolls giving Deuce Fennick for having a better kickoff return than him.
I can only imagine. That would be great. I need that on Access Live. I need to know what he was saying to me. Toss play to Jones, right, and Brad Jones breaks a tackle, and they're going to say that he got the first down. That's worth a challenge. J.L. Browning with the stop. That didn't even look close.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. That should be challenged probably 10 times out of 10, and he's at least a yard short, if not maybe closer to 2.
38. Where did they mark that thing? At the 39.
That's a full yard away from where I thought he was.
Wow, no challenge either from Fort Worth. That's surprising. Although timeouts will probably be pretty. They probably figure, 1 yard in this game. Although they got the stop on 4th and 1. So yeah, not sure about that one. Brad Jones picks up 5.
The way Fort Worth's defense has played tonight, though, I'd say give him the yard because we'll get him on the next one.
Timeouts are precious in the second half. 2nd and 5 after the Jones run. He's up to 82 yards on 19 carries. Bo in the chat. Man, looked good to
me. Bo's got my eyesight.
8:40 to go in the third. Again, Brad Jones off the right side, going to be dropped for a loss. That's Aiden Davis getting into the backfield. That's the 4th different player with a TFL tonight for Fort Worth. They've got 6 of them.
1 for 7 on 3rd downs, and I think Aiden Davis just took back that yard that they got in the previous set of downs. So now a 3rd and long, they're 3rd and 6. I would say it's a long, the way this game's gone.
Alamo City is 1 for 7 on 3rd down. Fennick is sacked, absolutely drilled in the backfield. E.K. Vincent with the takedown, the 3rd different player with a sack on the Fort Worth defense.
5 tackles and a sack as well, so make it 6 total, and he's been very good. E.K. Vincent knows the stakes in this game. They want that 1 seed and want to keep it in Fort Worth. Would love for the road to the SFL championship to run through Fort Worth.
So far, Curtis, the difference in this game right now is 3rd down pressure from this Toros team. They are making Ace Fennick extremely uncomfortable in the pocket. Deep punt, man, all the way back to the 9, but plenty of room for Charlie Baker to return, and gets 15 on the return all the way out to the 24.
Just negates that awesome punt that we just saw. Great hang time on it. Baker grabs it, real good blocking in front of him as well to be able to secure about probably a 1/3 of the return back on the net punt. So very good work by the Fort Worth special teams unit. And Cliff Allen somewhere is, special teams, as he should be doing pretty much every time something like that happens.
Baker almost lost that one in the lights. That thing was a shot out of a cannon.
It's a comet.
First down to the 24-yard line. Fort Worth's got the ball back and momentum here. Alamo City's forced 3 turnovers in this one, but they're still tied. Dunhill to pass, and I don't know what that was. It looked like Bacon fell, and then Hacker was not anywhere near it. That was just some miscommunication.
Either miscommunication or somebody fell along the route, because Hacker, I think, was maybe supposed to be over in that spot, but he was towards the middle of the field on the ground. I think somebody got crisscrossed over there.
Good defense by the artillery. 2nd down and 10 off the incompletion. Dunhill now 8 of 17. Baker goes in motion, has 1 target tonight, but was unable to haul it in. 4 wide here for the Toros. Dime look out of Alamo City. Dunhill to pass. Dunhill looking. It is caught. Steven Hacker had to go up and get it. So far, Hacker's been the best receiver on the field tonight.
There's not many better than Stephen Hacker at catching the ball at odd angles. He can catch it around his knees if he needs to, or he can go up and grab it from above his helmet or about probably a full yard ahead of him with the long wingspan. Very good focus on the football coming in and putting his hands where they need to be, as well as boxing out potential defenders at that football.
1st and 10, 7:10 to go in the third. Hand off Bacon. Bacon got through the first level, but then is leveled by Rob Forker. His second tackle, 2nd and 6.
Probably one of his better first down runs of the day so far. Alamo City's been very keen on keeping him bottled up as much as they possibly can.
9, 3 yards away or less from the line of scrimmage. Hand off Bacon. Bacon going to be tackled from behind. Ron Hoff. Brilliant. 3rd down.
Yeah, I've called his name double-digit times tonight, and with good reason. He's been very good.
6.5 left. 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Toros. They are 3 for 7 on 3rd down. They had 6 third downs in the first quarter, only 1 in the second. This is 3rd and short. Hand off Bacon. Bacon is blown up in the backfield. A brilliant play on the Alamo City defensive line by Yogi Barr. Destroys the play. Foraker cleans it up, and Alamo City gets the stop.
Reminder that Fort Worth came into this game with a very nice 69% on 3rd down offense in this season, and they have not had any kind of luck on 3rd down like they normally do. Very high percentage normally, and Alamo City is taking them to task on 3rd down.
Deuce Fennick going to take that special teams unit to task on blocking for him. One guy ran right past him. Must have saw a cheerleader or something. 1st and 10 at the 24.
A little bit of distraction. It's fine. Adult ADHD is a beautiful thing.
Is it?
Squirrel.
Treat. 1st and 10. Ball on the 24-yard line. 5:50 to go in the third. Tied at 10. One of the best games of the year from a competitive standpoint. These two teams look like the top 2 seeds in the SFL right now as Brad Jones takes a handoff and picks up 4. You know, a lot of times in these games, Curtis, you talk about, well, is it bad offense against, or is it good defense? Which one is it? I think there's no question about this one that these defenses have just been great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've been awesome. This is the 2 best defensive displays that I think.
Handoff Jones, and Jones going to pick up half of it, so 3rd and short coming up. The loser of this game, if it's Fort Worth, they're the number 2 seed. Alamo City's the number 1. If it's Alamo City, they fall to 3, and Florida goes up to 2 as Florida is a division winner. Alamo City would not.
Interesting. So it seems like almost more on the line for Alamo City. Because at that point they wouldn't host a game.
Well, they wouldn't host the semifinal if it came down to it with Florida. Wow, was that caught? Garrison blew with his first grab of the night. Moves the chains on 3rd and 3. We got to get another look at that one.
He was falling over as he caught this football. That is a wild. He caught it from his shoe tops and just couldn't quite bring himself back level again because the defender was right there. But real nice placement on the ball, and I think there's only really one place to put that to give him a shot at it. That's fantastic work, and make it a 1st down.
1st down for the Artillery. Just their 2nd 3rd down conversion of the night as Brad Jones gets 4 on the play. So we saw Brad Jones with a 20-yard run, J.Z. Bacon with a 17-yard run. If you take those 2 runs out of this ball game, Brad Jones just 65 yards on 22 carries. J.Z. Bacon just 56 yards on 14 carries. There just hasn't been a lot of openings. Jones on the carry, got 1 maybe, 3rd and 5. Vinson with another stop. He now, Curtis, has 9 solo tackles, 2 assisted tackles, 3 for loss, and a sack.
Basically filling up the stat book at this point. Fort Alamo City did get their first down or 3rd down conversion on this drive, looking for their 2nd one in this drive to get it past midfield.
3rd and 5. Fennick rolling left. Blitz picked up, Fennec down the field, caught in a lot of traffic. Kendra Wells has come up clutch now on 2 different occasions. Another third down conversion for the artillery.
They needed that. They needed to continue this drive and steal away some momentum from Fort Worth, and they've done that by putting Kendra Wells on the inside there. Good drop down in front of the coverage from Kendra Wells, giving her quarterback a clean target, and Fennec delivers on the rollout right to her. First down and more, just on the precipice of field goal range.
Not often you see 5 players kind of clustered into one spot, but it ends up getting into Wells' hands. Screen, nope, they actually go away from it. Deuce Fennec picks up 6 yards. A clever little spin-off of a screen pass out to Jones will set up 2nd and 4.
If they do go to the screen there, I think they're okay, but taking the fairly easy yards there, even though he's going to take a hit over the middle, is at least a nice way to keep on schedule, especially with where they're at in the field.
Fennec's warming up, 8 of 15, but 6 different players have now caught a pass in this offense. Handoff to Jones is stiffed in the backfield. A loss. Jeff Duffy with the TFL, the 3rd of the night for Jeff.
Yeah, Duffy's been good. One of those is a sack, if I'm not mistaken, as well. 3rd and 5 coming. And they have a wide open playbook at this point. They can at least look at potentially 3 points, but they want more than that. Got to get it to the 26.
It'd be a 48-yard field goal with the wind at their back from here. Ace Fennec rollout pass is knocked away. In coverage, J.L. Browning on Garrison Blue. This is not going to be an easy field goal with the wind swirling here at the Stockyards. 4th and 5 coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 48-yarder, and the left hash is where they're at. So this has to find where the wind is coming from, and not sure if you kick a draw here or what, but it's going to need to curl back in.
From the left hash, the left-footed kicker, Matt Fennec. Field goal. Got it.
Oh, that was pretty.
Ice in the veins for Matt Fennec. 10-play, 45-yard drive gives Alamo City the lead.
He made that look way easier than it was to kick a draw like that, hook it back inside the left upright, and he still had plenty of power on it. He probably could have hit that from 56, the way that ball had the power behind it, but very good work from Matt to knock it through, and Alamo City has the lead.
Curtis, oftentimes we look at, guys like you and me that care very much about the league as a whole, look at ratings in week 11 and week 12 and week 10, and we say, does anybody even care anymore, right? There's like 33 people watching or whatever. 102 right now. That it just goes to show you, right? If you put a good product on the field, if you got 2 great teams playing and you've got a close game, people will always care. And it's a good reminder to all of us that work so hard all season long that people do still care out there. As Alamo City has a 3-point lead, they are now protecting, and Bacon will pick up 6.
If you build it, they will come.
Literally, the mod. If you build the mod, 5,000 textures. Some are still wrong. They aggravate me to this day. But yes, they will come.
I like it. It's a big drive for Fort Worth.
2 minutes left, third quarter. 8 in the box for Alamo City. They hand it off to Bacon, and that is stuffed by Albert Begin, who was right up on the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Chance for them to get back up to 50% on 3rd down, but this is the biggest 3rd down of Fort Worth's game so far on offense. They need to get this, even if they do it short to Bacon, make sure he gets enough.
And coming up on the end of the 3rd, and Bacon's got the 1st down with ease. Nice play right up the gut. Fort Worth's run offense has been nothing fancy tonight. They know that every yard is at a premium. The sticks continue to move. Two backs, 2 receivers. Dunhill going to throw. Dunhill, clean pocket, down the field, Hacker. 1st down to the Alamo City 43-yard line. Rain Rie smartly just kind of waiting for that to be completed. Doesn't want to let Hacker get loose.
I think it was Jay Mart that was sitting in his office in the middle of the field there, but Hacker decided he's going to throw it in the middle, but he's just going to throw it over Jay Mart's head. That's very good work to put it right in the window of opportunity for Stephen Hacker between the linebackers and the safeties, in between the hash marks. That is where he wants to be. Put him in the open field. He's going to make that catch 9 times out of 10.
Stephen Hacker, another 1,000-yard season, and this is his third consecutive game over 100 yards. That is a record for him this season. That pass is picked off. It's Ron Huff going back to the 43-yard line. Man, this kid.
Ron Hoff, if there's anybody more deserving of a pick in this game, I can't point him out. He has been all over the field and has found the football on probably 7 or 8 different occasions and able to make a play to bring this one in and really turn the tide of momentum, as the stockyards are definitely more silent than they were just a couple minutes ago.
I say kid, I'm just feeling old these days. I have no idea how old Ron Hoff is, but I guarantee you he's older than me, and he's a grown man now after that interception. Let's put it that way.
He's a grown man after the interception. Cameron, please.
What? He probably was before. I'm just covering my tracks. Brad Jones picked up and thrown down by Vincent, a 4-yard gain.
Hashtag Hoff's not that old. I don't know how old he is, so there's that.
Ron Hoff, if you're listening, tell us how old you are.
It would validate our point, please.
15 seconds left in the third. Fort Worth has turned the ball over 4 times. The middle of the field, and now increasingly out to the sideline is being shut down. Alamo City shutting everything down. Brad Jones takes a handoff. He is short of the first down, so the fourth quarter will start with yet another third down attempt. That'll be the 21st of the game when we come back. Alamo City 13, Fort Worth 10. What a game. You're watching the Monday Night Spectacular on SFL YouTube. We'll be right back.
Presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Start of the fourth quarter, Mike Daggs, Ron Haynes, Chris Curtis, and Cameron Irvine. I'm trying to think, Curtis, Alamo City could become the first team to win a game without scoring an offensive touchdown this year. I think that stat rings true, although we got 10 minutes left. We'll see what happens. Ziggy Roenick in motion on 3rd and inches. Look at Fort Worth in the box. 9 of them. Toss. Jones got there. Great block on the outside. 1-on-1. There was nobody home. Brad Jones all the way down to the 16-yard line. First down. Delaney Nash picked up, and Jones goes the distance nearly.
Ace Fennick could not wait to snap this football. He knows this run's going to the outside. He looks at 9 Fort Worth players in the box with him, and he is licking his chops, as is Brad Jones. This pitch to the outside is a great idea, and everybody's chasing Brad Jones to the sideline. That is really nice play calling.
A pulling center. I wish I had a telestrator. Man, we would have gone back and watched that about 5 different times. What a play call as Nash was picked up, and now Alamo City's offense in the red zone. Handoff, that's Injuzzi. Gets 3 yards to spur a rest for Brad Jones. Gets helped up by Rukin.
Yeah, give that man a rest. Brad Jones has been all over the place tonight, and give Thickenjuzzi a chance with the football. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. This is I think there's only their 3rd trip in the red zone so far, and no success.
Handoff to Jones, and hey, guess what, Curtis? Wednesday is Ron Hoff's birthday.
Oh.
Just sent me a DM. It'll be 57. Thanks, Ron. Happy birthday, you kid. Let's go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Age is just a number. Young whippersnapper. 3rd and 8. Big third down here.
Look 57, okay?
You've looked 57 since you were 3. Back to pass. Fennick needs the 6. Fennick in zone. Incomplete. Knocked away. 4th down coming up. They'll have to kick again.
I thought Deuce had a chance to turn back around and go after that deflected football. I don't think he saw it deflected right away. And again, another big-time third down stop from Fort Worth holds Alamo City to a 3-point try, and another opportunity for Fort Worth to take the lead again.
Field goal, good. 16-10. Alamo City creeping ahead little by little, but Fort Worth is the only team with an offensive touchdown tonight, so we know they can put it together. That would give the Toros the lead. Still plenty of time.
Lots and lots of football left. 8 minutes. That's enough time for each team to have like 4 possessions each the way this game's gone.
Total stats, 242 to 190 in total yards. That's in favor of Fort Worth. 13 first downs for the Toros, 11 for the Artillery as Baker gets it up to the 28-yard line. 4 sacks for Fort Worth, 1 for the Artillery. Alamo City 4 for 14 on third down. Fort Worth 4 for 9. 57 to 45 in plays in favor of the Artillery. We've had 3 drives tonight over 10 yards. All have resulted in field goals.
There's just not a lot to separate these two. That's the way. That's what that tells me. I mean, yeah, the difference in plays is a decent bit, but the points because of those plays, you take away that pick 6, you're looking at a 10-9 ball game.
Handoff Bacon, and Bacon is wrapped up. Stephen Fellows II does a great job on the defensive line to push the offensive line back, and Jay Mart cleans up the mess on aisle 8. Second down. Did that just say he has 2 tackles? Get out of here. No way.
2 tackles, 2 interceptions, yes.
Second and 2. Dunhill's pass nearly picked off Hoff. Almost stuck 5 fingers out there and got a discount. 3rd and 10.
He's chopping at J-Bar too?
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah, he's about go-go gadget arm, and he just about brought that one in. That's a reference that J-Mart will probably get from back in the 90s.
3rd and 10. Dunhill in trouble now. 3rd and long. 10 of 21 for 149. 101 has gone to Hacker. Play action rollout. Dunhill has some time. Dunhill deep to the field. Caught! Stephen Hacker open in midfield. He is tremendous.
5 or 6 times Marcus Dunhill has rolled out to the left like that, and 4 times he's been able to burn Alamo City deep on those plays, and all 4 of them have gone to Stephen Hacker. That is, I like the play design for Marcus Dunhill to put himself in space. Alamo City can't pressure him there, and he's able to put a dot right on the receiver, get a long first down, and really put Fort Worth in the driver's seat.
If there's a guy that needs a face scan in this league, it's Hacker. Where's the stash? Did he shave before the game? What's going on? 123 on 7 catches. Dunhill floats it near side. Pass caught by Cade Stevens. Stevens caught a similar route earlier in this ball game. Fort Worth going back to what's worked so far tonight, and it's gotten them back-to-back first downs.
Yeah, exactly. And using the sidelines, using Stephen Hacker and Cade Stevens, putting your targets in places that Dunhill can easily reach, and the misdirections and the crossing routes are crossing up the Alamo City defenders as the safeties and corners are moving one direction and the ball is moving another. Great work. They are close to field goal range at this point. They don't want that, though. 1 touchdown gives Fort Worth the lead.
I love what Fort Worth has done on this drive. Not much has worked tonight, but they've gone back to what has worked. And that's a pretty impressive job right there. Aaron Alexander goes in motion. 1st and 10, 7:04 to go. Can Alamo City adjust? Dunhill's pass down the field is caught. Cade Stevens first down to the 24-yard line. Fort Worth on the move.
The mix and match on the Fort Worth offense is really nice, too. 2 plays previous to this, they used the right sideline and the left sideline. This time, Cade Stevens with a route right over the middle in between the 2 safeties, taking advantage of the cover 2. That's another really nice, accurate pass from Dunhill, finding his groove at the right moment for a potential 1 seed for the Toros.
6:40 left, down 16-10. Dunhill, they're going to keep it in his hands. Dunhill's pass caught by Stevens, and he's just short of the end zone. What a tackle. Jay Mart saved the touchdown. One of the best defensive plays you'll see all season.
Oh, man, the savings at J-Mart are incredible. This is another great tackle from him. The outstretched arm of Cade Stevens. And if you look at it twice, you might think he got the ball across the plane. Not going to happen. We'll see if the Fort Worth sideline challenges this at all. But I really don't think he did. Now it's 1st and goal, and Alamo City gets to test their mettle defensively.
J. Mart from behind picked up Cade Stevens and threw him backwards. 1st and goal with a half-yard line handoff. Aaron Alexander, touchdown, Fort Worth. We're a tie game.
This drive is incredible for Fort Worth. Best drive of the season for them with the meaning of this game at hand. Alexander finishes it off. Marcus Dunhill played like an MVP on that drive.
Aaron Alexander's 2nd touchdown of the season and his 1st carry of the night. Dunhill takes him down the field, improves the completion percentage to 56, now 220 yards receiving on the night. And that kick is good. 17-16, 6:11 left in the 4th. And we just may have, in fact, saved the best for last.
This will make up for some snoozers we've had on MNSs before.
Yeah, that the mid-season MNS schedule was hurting us. We bounced back. We've had a few really nice weeks to end the season. Portland and Vancouver last week. Atlanta, Baltimore, before that, DC, Jacksonville. We've seen some good stuff. Well, now Alamo City, how do you respond? Can they find what's been working tonight? Two receivers, two in the backfield. Fennec going to start with a pass. He'll roll right. Ace Fennec's pass is overshot. Looking for Ziggy Roenick, and Fennec now 8 of 18.
He has not been at the top of his game, and yet his team still has a chance to win. It's right about the Alamo City way. You know, if the other team is going to pick up the slack, has been all season long.
Fennec going to throw, 2nd and 10. They're behind the sticks. That pass over the head of the defender, and Garrison Blues got it to the 39-yard line. What a seed from Ace Fennec, 1st down.
Yeah, he dotted that over the defender's head, and he had to just put enough air and just enough loft underneath it to get it to Garrison Blue on the outside, who had nobody within 5 yards of him. That was an aggressive play by the linebacker to jump up and try to get that ball and leave his charge behind him. Didn't pay off in this case. Now Alamo City just a few yards away from midfield at this point.
Both quarterbacks testing these terrific secondaries. Now they'll go back to Brad Jones. Jones tried to get to the outside but just couldn't get away. Aiden Davis, another terrific tackle, a gain of 1.
Yeah, Davis has been really good on the left side of that interior, or left side of that exterior. If the running back gets out there, he's usually targeting them and bringing them down with one effort. So good work from him defensively.
5:13 and counting. Fennec rolls left. Ace Fennec deep, incomplete. Looking for Wells. She was tightly covered. 3rd and 9.
He's been Ace Fennec's most consistent target so far today, so it makes sense for Fort Worth to put a couple more resources in her direction to make sure that ball cannot get there. Now, biggest 3rd down of the night for Alamo City. They cannot afford to lose this one.
Just 210 yards of offense tonight. Going in motion is Montana, who has just 1 catch for 7 yards. 3rd and 9. Fennec with Jones in the backfield. No extra blocking help. They bring the blitz. Does Fort Worth? Fennec's pass is incomplete as that one is knocked away by Remington James, intended for Deuce Fennec, and Alamo City will have to punt and play defense.
That was tight. That was very tight. I thought Deuce was going to be able to hold on to that football, just could not establish possession of it. And this is not 4-down territory yet. Still enough time to be able to have your defense go out there and do what they've done all game long. Fort Worth going to get this ball in a very key situation for them.
Deep kick against the wind. Will be returned from the 26-yard line. Baker breaks a tackle. Charlie Baker, 8 yards on the return. Every yard is key in this one, especially because a field goal can make it a 4-point game.
Baker's been so good on punt returns. It goes a little away from the stat book. You don't really see it unless you look real hard, but he's been able to take really good punts and turn them into very average punts with his return. That one, not a great punt because of the wind, but he's able to turn it into a good field position battle result for his squad. Now Marcus Dunhill with a chance to put this game away with a nice soul-sucking drive with the last few minutes of the fourth quarter.
First down and 10 to the 34-yard line. They put it in Dunhill's hands the last drive, and he's going to roll out to the left and fire it down the field. Caught. Cade Stevens to the 50. Fort Worth has figured some things out offensively.
Yep, the adjustment has been utilize the long passing game and really send coverage into different spots. This is real nice from the throw perspective. That's a tight window in between 4 artillery members that converged on him very quickly, able to get the timing down and make it work. Dunhill very good in the second half.
Dunhill, a tough start to this game, but if he can get another touchdown or two, maybe it wouldn't look so bad. 4.5 left, 17-16, Alamo City desperate for some kind of stop and to get the ball back for that matter, as Stevens goes in motion, bleeding more clock. Handoff, Jay-Z Bacon brought down in the backfield, a loss of 1. And this season's SFL games, this regular season, has nearly concluded, but the SFL party never ends. Join Dave Axis and the party people as he wraps up this week's SFL action on Axis After Dark immediately following tonight's ball game. 4 left. Seven in the box. Straight back. Dunhill. Clean pocket. Caught. Short of the first down. That's Robert Garrett Jr., who has struggled to get open tonight. That is his first catch on 5 targets. Here's a 3rd and short.
Wanted it just a little bit ahead, and that ball was thrown. I had my throat caught. I thought that was going to be an interception on a lofted ball.
3rd and short, out of field goal range. 3.5 left. Handoff, Bacon, got it. Jay-Z's been quiet in this second half. First down, and the clock will continue to run, and Alamo City's opportunities to get it back are ticking away.
And to talk about ticking away, if Fort Worth's able to get a field goal on this drive, it does require Alamo City to get down and get a touchdown to win it.
3:03 and counting. Fort Worth bleeding it. Handoff, Bacon, and Jay-Z's loose. Jay-Z breaks off a couple tackles and gets 8 on the play. Sub 3 to go. They'll have to snap it one more time before the 2-minute warning.
This is tight from Jay-Z Bacon. He did not have the greatest first half, but he ages like fine wine. He gets through and into the 3rd and 4th quarter. That's when you can really start to rely on him as the defense is worn down, and he just fights through 2 different tackles there on his way to the century mark.
2nd and 2. Man, if you're Alamo City here, you just almost think about letting him score. But Jay, not with that attitude. Jay-Z's going to lose yardage. Albert Begin gets the stop. That's going to make the 3rd down a little bit more difficult. 3rd and 4, likely on the other side of the 2-minute warning unless Fort Worth wants to get aggressive here.
Yeah, they could get aggressive here, and they could try to put this away and make Alamo City start to use their timeouts right after the 2-minute warning.
3rd and 4. Be a 46-yarder from here. Fort Worth making Alamo City think about it. They're going to snap it, and Dunhill almost got sacked. It's caught at the 14-yard line. Stephen Hacker, what a throw from Dunhill. He almost went down.
I think he might have gone down after the throw was made, but he had a defender in his face as he let that ball go. I think there was contact made. What a dot from Marcus Dunhill, and perfectly placed over the middle. 2-minute warning.
Ball's at the 13. They can get another first down, or Alamo City may just want to let them walk in. Hacker taking over in the second half, along with Dunhill. You're watching the Monday Night Spectacular, presented by APA Music on SFL YouTube. Ron Haynes, Mike Daggs doing a wonderful job in our stat truck tonight. Chris Curtis, Cameron Irvine with you on the game of the year so far as Fort Worth tries to keep their undefeated season alive. Alamo City has to get off the field. Hand off to Jay-Z Bacon, and Bacon picks up 3. Timeout Artillery. They have to force a field goal or let him score. A first down ends the game.
That was the results of Fort Worth going aggressive just before the 2-minute warning, because now on first down, immediately our Alamo City starts to burn their timeouts, and 1 first down essentially wins this game for Fort Worth.
9 in the box. Two timeouts left for the Artillery, 2nd down and 7. 4 on the play clock. Handoff, Jay-Z Bacon. Jay-Z Bacon is going to score. Touchdown. That's not the worst thing in the world for the Artillery. They'll get a shot.
They will. Plenty of time left. And if they get the extra point, it'll be an 8-point spread at that point, which will mean that they can still get it in one possession. But Alamo City has not had great offensive success moving the ball in this game. So this is going to need to be an anomaly and an opportunistic Alamo City offense in the final minute and 50 seconds.
At that point, Curtis, if Ray Marie makes that tackle at about the 5 or the 4, I mean, you're talking about a 3rd and 1 situation where they could they could kill the clock and the game was over. Yeah. At the point he was at, probably best to just let him go. And now it's up to Alamo City's offense, which has really struggled all night long. They're going to have to find something. The good news, Curtis, is that they're going to be in their 2-minute offense, which we haven't seen much of tonight.
Right. Yeah, and we get to see them do so more or less without thinking, which is, I think, some of what Alamo City's struggles have been. Is sometimes they've been overthinking because of what Fort Worth has been able to do to them on defense, trying to find the perfect play, trying to do too much in some spots. Now it comes down to execution. It comes down to rhythm. It comes down to what you practice during the week. And this 2-minute offense is something that teams focus on a regular basis.
1:50 left. Alamo City definitely doesn't want to give Fort Worth the ball back, so want to use as much time as they can. Ace Fennick down the field. That pass is caught by Kendra Wells at the gain of 15 yards. Alamo City will call their first timeout in the field of play here, but Wells with her 4th catch that leads the team.
All right, so 1 timeout left for Alamo City. They can only stop it once now. Otherwise, they got to use the sideline. Fennick, not a great numbers day, but still enough for a chance to win for his team.
Just 9 catches before the drive started as Wells goes in motion. Aiden Davis going to follow her over. Nickel look for Fort Worth. Fennick going to throw. Jones was open, but now he's covered. Fennick down the field. That pass is caught! Caught down to the Fort Worth 40-yard line. That's hauled in by Yale Montana, who's hurt, which will stop the clock. They will not have to use a timeout, but Montana injured on just his 2nd catch.
You obviously don't want to see the injured player. Not a great deal there. However, for the sake of the clock stoppage, that will help tremendously because it essentially gives them an extra timeout. Not a free timeout because he may not be able to return, but either way, they'll take it.
Curtis, this team is so deep, their players can get hurt just to get extra clock stoppages. Unbelievable. 1:38 to go in the 4th. Back-to-back completions for Fennick to the Fort Worth 39. Fennick again caught. Garrison Blue down to the 28. They'll use their last timeout, and Alamo City continues the drive.
Now everything goes to no huddle offense, spiked balls, sideline plays from here. Unless you're Ace Fennick and you see a slam dunk shot at the end zone, it's going to be taking what the defense gives you until the last probably 10, 15 seconds.
3 receivers for Fennick. 3 straight completions. Fennick down the field, making a 4th. That's caught one-handed. That's your nice hands catch of the game presented by Retroid. Put a Retroid in your hands and play the only SFL game with your player on an SFL 4K23. 1st and 10. 1:22 to go in the 4th quarter. Ace into the end zone. Incomplete. Almost caught on the ground. That ball bounced right over the head of Kendra Wells. 2nd and 10.
This is fantastic clock management from Alamo City as well. Still 78 seconds left in the game. That's plenty of time. You almost don't want to score too early because it gives Fort Worth a shot to get down the field as well. So what do you do here? That's a big coaching decision as well.
The only problem is you need it if you don't get the 2-point conversion. You need that time on the clock. So it's tough situation. 2nd and 10. Ace Fennick, end zone, touchdown! Alamo City, Deuce Fennick! You've got to be kidding me!
How clutch is the Alamo City offense? They haven't been able to do this really all game, but you take the thinking out of it. You just need the execution and the play in front of you, and what a dot the back of the end zone to Deuce Fennick. And if you're Fort Worth, how do you let him behind you like that? Now, the biggest 2-yard scrimmage play of the season.
2-point try to tie it. Fennick, Jones. Oh, he didn't get it. He stopped him at the goal line. Oh, the greatest play of the season.
Wow. This is
He stuck him.
smash mouth football. This is my strongest and my best against your strongest and your best. And now Alamo City tries for an onside kick to try to make up for it.
And it is recovered by Fort Worth, and that's going to end it. They stuck him at the goal line. Oh, my gosh.
You can't write a better script than that.
Oh, my gosh. For the first time ever on the goal line stand, Fort Worth will beat Alamo City. And for the first time ever, Fort Worth will complete an undefeated season in the game of the year. I am blown away. I'm trying to go back to see who made that play because we didn't get a number on it right away. That was unreal. I thought he was in for sure.
Yep, absolutely. But they made the running back go low. That was incredible. Couple of kneel downs, and Fort Worth caps off a well-deserved undefeated season. And the 1 seed in the playoffs.
What was so terrific about the win tonight for Fort Worth is they did it not in the way that they've been doing it much of this season. They did it by putting the ball in Dunhill's hands late on plays and routes that you haven't seen as much of out of Fort Worth this season, and he was just able to deliver. By the way, the player that made that stick at the goal line was free safety Ben Stone, who came up and stoned him at the half-yard line.
Yep, that is the perfect adjective because Ben Stone made the running back go low when Stone stayed high, and he basically just turtled him. He didn't have a choice. He couldn't move forward. He stopped any forward momentum, did Stone, with his feet in the ground and a strong base, and that is your difference. Fort Worth has shown me something tonight, and has shown me that they can win in multiple different ways. They can win against teams that give them different looks, and they find ways to mask their weaknesses and take advantage of their strengths. Marcus Dunhill in that second half, even with the interception, had an MVP type performance and probably should get some looks if he's not already. What a win for Fort Worth. And this is a statement heading into the SFL playoffs that every team should be watching out for come the quarterfinals and on.
Look at this, 63 plays to 59 plays. Just the balance. There were no penalties in this game.
Yeah,
none. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx it. No penalties
I saw it too, yep.
in this game. 20 points off turnovers. Almost half the points came off of their defense. Both quarterbacks, 27 pass attempts, and stepped up when they needed it out of their team. Brad Jones, 133. He needed 134 to win the ball game. And Hacker, the OG, 144, makes it happen. What a game. It's not often, Curtis, that these games live up to the hype, especially this one. Probably the most hyped regular season game in SFL history. This one did. And they did it with a goal line stop on a 2-point conversion, something that in 11 years of operation, I don't think I've ever seen, Chris.
It was football at its finest is what it was. It was smash mouth in your face. Hey, I'm going to do it. You know I'm going to do it. And you're going to have to stop me. And they did. There does not get better than that from an in-the-trenches type of football game that this really turned out to be on a number of occasions.
Florida goes to the 2. Alamo City will be your 3 in the playoffs. Fort Worth, your 1. Baltimore, the 4. They are off this week. The playoffs start Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern with the Canton Classics hosting the Vancouver Legion in Canton's first SFL playoff game in franchise history. That's how you cap off a season, and that's how you play SFL football. From all of us at the Simulation Football League, I'm Cameron Irvine saying good night. Can't wait to check out what the Axis crew has to say about that one. And if you haven't seen a show over there in the last few months, go check it out. They've been doing some great stuff there. Thank you all. Have a great night. What a game.